Welcome back, dear language learners. This is Daniel Goodson. On our last episode, we had Artem talking about one-on-one lessons.
In a country where English is not official language and people don't really speak English well, then these platforms like italki or something else, they can really help you to find someone, and especially someone who is qualified to teach English as a foreign language.
In this episode, we won't go away from this topic. We still talk about one-on-one lessons, and I will give the word to Alani. Have fun.
Hi, Daniel. Thank you so much for having me on your podcast. Well, my name is Alani Sugar, and I'm from Maryland, which is on the east coast of the United States. And currently, I'm learning Spanish and Hebrew. I started Spanish about 6 months ago or 7 months ago or something. And the inspiration for that was because I have some friends who are from Argentina. And, although they can speak English pretty well, I wanted to be able to communicate with them in their native language. And I started Hebrew very recently, about a month and a half ago. And the inspiration for that is that I went on a trip with my family to Israel last summer. And it was a very great experience, a very beautiful country. But I feel like I missed something maybe from the experience because I couldn't speak with local people in their native language. So, yeah.
That is kind of interesting. And it's actually a coincidence that my father originally comes from Argentina. But I guess that's a whole other story. So my guess is, when it comes to learning Hebrew, it must have been quite difficult to find a teacher on italki. Or how did you go about it? How did you find a teacher? And do you have any tips and tricks on how to find a suitable, good teacher for you?
Yeah, so there were a few things that I looked into while I was trying to find a good Hebrew teacher. One of them being prices, because there are not many Hebrew teachers on italki, and so a lot of them have their prices set pretty high, but, I needed to find a teacher that was at least affordable for me. Another thing is that, me and my sister are actually learning Hebrew together, so I needed to find a teacher that would be able to accommodate both of us and teach both of us at the same time. And then other than that, of course, I watched a lot of people's videos on their introduction videos on italki, and I sent out, messages to a few. In terms of how many lessons I've taken, with Hebrew, I just started, so, my sister and I, we take one lesson per week, and so it's maybe about 6 lessons so far. With Spanish, much more. I'm not sure exactly how many lessons, but I started off taking 1 lesson per week. Nowadays, I take lessons almost every day with conversation practice, with tutors. So many lessons, but I'm not sure exactly how many.
Do you remember your first lesson? Maybe do you remember any awkward situation or funny situation you had with a teacher or a lesson?
Yes, there have been some, awkward or awkward or strange moments in my lessons, but I think it's pretty normal, it happens with any language learner, because there are going to be misunderstandings between, what I mean or what the teacher means, or, what I want to say or what I understood from the teacher. But yeah, I can't think of any specific, story on that or anything. I remember my first Spanish lesson, so I guess it was back in January, or maybe December. This was before. It was in December, and I remember being very nervous because it was the first time I had ever spoken with anybody in Spanish. I had, a little bit of vocabulary from taking Spanish classes in high school, but really, very limited. But my teacher was very determined to do it, completely in Spanish. So we only spoke Spanish for that lesson, and I think I definitely left that first lesson feeling very encouraged and motivated to continue learning.
Could you improve your language skills? How was it with your Spanish, and how's it looking with your Hebrew?
Yes, I definitely think I've been improving a lot on my Spanish since the beginning of the year, and I've been, working hard. I've been studying a lot, but with the help of my teacher, and, I have a few different tutors as well that I practice conversation with and everything, and I feel like I've definitely been improving, and I'm definitely proud of that. Yeah, it is hard, but that's not super important to me how hard it is. I really enjoy the process of learning. And with Hebrew, I guess, I've just started, but I have learned a lot so far in terms of vocabulary, and, it's a fun process, the whole thing, so, yeah.
What do you like about having online lessons? And what it is that you don't like that much?
So, one of the main reasons why I really like online lessons is, well, I can take lessons with anybody from any part of the world. I would think it's kind of harder to find the exact right teacher that I am looking for if I'm limited to people that live nearby or, in my area. So that's very good. It's very convenient taking online lessons. In terms of what I don't like, I would say sometimes, there's problems with the internet connection, so that can be really annoying. But I would say in general, I really like taking online lessons. I think it's a really nice route to go. At least for me, it works very well.
So the last question is, if you could give one tip to our listeners on how to get the best out of italki, one-on-one lessons, what would it be? And if you don't have one, what would a general tip be for language learners? I know that you are a teacher as well on italki, so maybe there is a specific tip that you give away on a regular basis.
Good question. So yeah, I am a teacher. Maybe it's better to say tutor, because I'm not a professional teacher, but I do tutor people in English. When people ask me how I learn languages or how I think that they should learn languages, I guess I say that I'm not really an expert. I'm just learning myself, but I think the most important thing, at least for me, it has been having as much contact with your target language as possible, whether that's speaking, listening, reading, writing, whatever, and doing things that you enjoy, because if you're, doing things that bore you or you don't enjoy, it's going to be very boring, probably.
I will show you a picture now, and it's an advertisement I come across every now and then, and it's funny because I know German, as I come from Switzerland, but I have switched my Facebook profile to English to learn even better English. And so apparently Facebook believes that I am learning German. What do you think about the message in this advertisement? What comes to mind?
Yeah, this advertisement is interesting, speak German fluently in a month. It's an interesting pitch, from Talkie. I would say it's probably not true. I don't think it's possible to, start from zero, or if people are thinking starting from zero, no, it's probably not possible to learn fluently, like maybe perfectly in a month. I think it's possible to get started speaking, and having classes completely in, your target language in 1 month, but I don't think that means that you're fluent necessarily. Yeah. My name is Alani Sugar. I'm from the United States, and you are listening to My Fluent Podcast.
Thanks a lot, Alani. And now I will give you my 2 cents about this topic. So, number 1 is you need to know your goals. This is really important, in my opinion. What do you really want, or what do you expect from a teacher or a tutor? How do you think may a tutor help you reach your goal? The more specific your goal is, the easier it gets to find a suitable teacher or tutor. So my suggestion is watch the teacher's profile and maybe ask specific questions to the teacher by sending a private message. Take your time with finding a person. And number 2 is be aware that you'll learn better if you feel at ease, if you feel at home. At least that's the case with me. If I don't feel comfortable, I get stressed out and learn less. And for example, with learning English, it doesn't necessarily mean that if you hire a $80 teacher, that it will help you improve better than a $4 tutor. Maybe yes, but you don't have a guarantee. As I mentioned before, the most crucial thing is that you feel comfortable. I am Daniel Goodson, and you were listening to My Fluent Podcast. Thanks a lot, and bye! Before I finish up here, just a few words. Well, Alani has her own YouTube channel, which is fantastic, and just to give you an idea, I integrated some parts of a great video I came across. The name is What Inspires You. So the link is in my show notes, or you can just look it up on YouTube by writing Alani Sugar.
Hi guys, my name's Alani Sugar, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Are you ready for the question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I guess. A little nervous.
Okay. The question is, what inspires you?
You talking fiddling or just anything?
However you want to interpret the question.
What inspires me? Oh, I like it. Just a lot of the jazz musicians that I listen to are like masters of improvisation, and so I've been trying to get even somewhat on that level at like a basic understanding. Tons of awesome bluegrass music too. And then like other things that inspire me are like good songwriting, well-written lyrics, or a well-written book, like life experiences, like just being outside and in nature. And luckily it's been nice here in Tennessee, so I've been trying to get outside at least for like an hour or so every day and just like hang out in the sun. So that inspires me too. It makes me feel better too.
Probably people. Like, I think I care a lot about what people think, and I care about how I make other people feel, and so maybe that sometimes will make me do things. If I think that something's going to make someone happy or please them or make someone feel content, I think that I'll, do an action to, make people feel good.
And so I'll sing that yellowbird song for the troubled times will soon be gone.
I get inspired by lots of things. People who are passionate about what they do, people who are working hard inspire me to want to work hard. Just passion in general inspires me. This morning, in fact, I'm looking at beekeeping. I'm thinking I might want to do some beekeeping. So I call some friends who are really passionate about that, and that fires me up, and I want to do some beekeeping. And same with music, if I see someone who makes me feel something when they're playing, that inspires me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it can be boil them cabbage down, I don't care, but if they're feeling it and they're passionate about it, that makes me want to go do something.
What inspires you?
God and nature.
Okay. Finding something. I like searching. I like digging deeper, whether that's in music or in books or just watching a movie. I just like to search and to dig, and I'm never really sure what I'll find. And sometimes it seems like you just fall into an empty chamber, but it's the process, I like it.
I think many things inspire me, from, different recordings to events that I used to go to people, to books. I think there's inspiration in everything, and I think sometimes you find it where you least expect to find it. I always try to connect things that haven't been connected or aren't intuitively connected. I guess inspiration at its core is thinking outside of the box and thinking in a way that you were not used to thinking in before. Another concept that I think is interesting here in regards to inspiration is different languages and different cultures. I'm bilingual, so I speak Russian and I speak English, and those two cultures think and function in very different ways. So I'm very interested in learning languages as well, and learning how people that speak these other languages think. So that's also a source of inspiration.
Inspiration is such a vast term. I'm inspired by people's cooking, people's artistry in general. I'm most inspired by creative people that put passion and love into what they do. That's inspiring. Passion and love in what they do, and that the things that they put passion and love to are generally not harming anyone. That's the most important. A lot of people put a lot of passion and love into harming people. So those people suck.
Yeah.
In general, as a human being, I draw a lot of energy from all the spirits around me, the energy of the people that I'm surrounded with. So if I'm surrounded by a lot of negativity, I immediately want to inject something positive to try to smooth things out, but internally I crumble. My spirit just hurts. You may not believe it, but I'm really actually kind of an introvert, but I force myself to be an extrovert. The way our parents raised us is that, we're not here for ourselves. We're here as links of a bigger picture, and that everything we do has to be for the greater good. So I get inspired by any opportunity I can get to be an instrument somehow, to participate and to make things better, And so I think on the music side, music is my soul.
When will they ever learn? When will we ever learn? Wann wird man je verstehen? Quand serons-nous un jour?
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Hang in there, kiddo.
You too. I'll see you later. All right. Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this video, I hope you will like it and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.